Scandal.
Hello guys, a few weeks ago we brought you a production on this channel concerning the alleged misembezzlement and misappropriation of funds by the NFF. A concerned sports stakeholders actually wrote that petition to the presidency, and since then no news from the NFF or the stakeholders, but we have exclusives on that note. So welcome on this production.
Thank you.
Before going into details, welcome to the channel. Find out with the channel that gives you the best and the best concerning sports related stories, from fans' reaction to pre and post match analysis, and of course in-depth match analysis. Don't forget, we're on all social media platforms on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube page, Final 931. And hit the subscribe button. Turn on your notification icon to get notified whenever we drop production that might interest you. And Gochuku, yes, alleged misappropriation of funds.
Yeah.
Over billions of nairas and dollars.
That was about over 20 billion, if I'm not mistaken, 20 billion. But the thing is, we thought that it was going to die a silent death, that the usual way, swept under the carpet. But I thank God, there's a bit of shake in the tree now, and then the bees are running out already. The EFCC is actually out to investigate
the issue
as it stands now, because of the petition went direct to the presidency and
yes.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I think these sports stakeholders did the right thing, because we're looking at allegedly 20 billion is not small money.
It's not a joke, yeah.
Over a long period of time, I think, and that has brought to the decay we have now in the sports sector. So I'm being sincere, I love where the whole thing is going, and I can't wait. I can't wait to the bottom of it. But what right now the EFCC are saying they need 2 years budgetary allocation, and how the money has been spent detailed.
Yes, I think they want to compare to the petition that the stakeholders.
At least let's get for 2 years. Then if whatever result we get from that 2 years, then we request for, let's say, 5 years. It's going to go in sections. But now they are requesting for NFF to produce 2 years budgetary allocation and how the money has been spent. Yes. Which makes a lot of sense. But for the last 2 years would involve the 12 billion that was spent in the Paris Olympics. The last 2 years will involve a lot of the AFCON competition that we just finished, because all this were
even the prize money we won.
All this were in the allegations. You get the World Cup that was done,
yes,
that they claimed
we went
to.
Limited.
So all those would be talked about within the last 2 years. And the shocking thing was the fact that it's not shocking, but it's a bit of, that's what has made this whole thing go smoothly. It was they've moved the body from the Ministry of Sport to NSC.
Yeah.
Now the chairman of the NSC he's trying to make his hand clean.
Yes.
So if there's anybody to scapegoat, let us scapegoat the people that did this thing. So and now they're saying, man, that these guys were able to do this and get away with it because they had high government officials that were protecting them. Because to say 20 billion miss and
nobody, Ugochukwu, you understand? I think the whole this issue now is centered on corruption.
Yeah, sure.
Corruption is a worm now.
It has
it's the cancer. Let me say that
the cancer,
the cancer, the country, not just in the footballing sector, across all sectors now. And if you look at the connection between the sports sector and the politics now, it is intertwined now.
Yeah,
I've brought politics into sports.
Sadly,
yes, sadly, because sports is supposed to be different. Mm-hmm. Now we see the appointment on NFF chairman as a politician now, not somebody that loves the game, that wants to be there because of the love for the game, not a previous player, not an ex-player, not anybody that I'm not sure say they even do PhD before. That comes into the system. They claim it is administration, rather than sports management. You understand where I'm coming from now. So it's understandable if they are being covered by government officials now, because now your friends, now your party now. So the good thing is one of the most recognized regulatory body now in terms of financial crime. And it's coming outside to investigate this thing. The only problem I have with EFCC is for the fact that the investigation takes long.
When it comes to high-profile cases.
When it comes to high-profile cases, Yabelo of recent is the typical example now.
Yeah.
Do you know since when they pursue Yabelo? Yabelo first go outside country, go balance, think of lie with one lie, before he came back to surround himself. Even when he came to surround himself, he wasn't in handcuffs, he wasn't in anything.
The reception looked as if they were glorifying
him. They were glorifying him. You understand where I'm coming from now? So any other person in the NFF now that they were alleged, you understand now, in this corruption process, we're looking at I might actually get a free run in this whole issue now. You understand now? And from our sources, we can confirm that it is not just in this administration. That's backdated to 2 or 3
administrations ago.
Administrations ago now.
Yeah.
So how did the EFCC now intend to cover this in a short term now without this issue get dying down?
The truth is, talking about short term, it will be very difficult to do that in a short term because we've known them to be slow, or rather, they love to be slow. It's not as if they're doing it because they want to be detailed. I think they love to be to be slow because they their plan most times is not to uncover. That is sadly the truth, because we've had cases. Okay, this is the most recent one is 753 duplexes that was recovered from in quotes a brass this thing. It was supposed to. This man has spent so much time in jail that we're supposed to have figured this out. But again, my brother, I won't lie to you. This will take long time.
It will take a long time.
It will take a long time.
The-
But the good thing is that at least the bee nest has been shaken. If for further corruption practices, they would have to watch out. That's the truth. But this one will take a long time before this.
You know, my fear of all this is the players that are associated with it now. We have always come on this program and talk about coaches, talk about how players are not paid, how they'll go to various competitions. It has to take months, weeks for them to get paid. Some of them don't eventually get paid in terms of local players and everything.
John Noble.
Yes, now exactly.
Typical example.
And now you look at as a player now, you're coming into the international stage now, and you hear there's a lot of money in it, and you guys don't get paid. You understand now? This tells you straight up that I'm not going to give my best because I know eventually the people they chop the money they up there now. You understand? So sometimes now it's as if no they blame the players again because they know they will get paid in the first place, because 20 billion in just 3 or 4 competitions. It is 3 sef because World Cup will not go. You understand now? And we still want monies.
Yes.
We went to a competition that was paid for exclusive by Mexico,
and they still charge.
We still charge ourselves in this country. You understand now? So it's looking more like a system whereby they just
you said it all.
And
it is a cancer. It is a cancer. It is a cancer.
Because politicians now look at political offices now as a place that they just want to go. You understand?
Not a call to service. It's not a call to service anymore.
They want to go save this money. Then when they leave the office now, this money they will use it and recampaign into another different political office now. So are we looking at a system where we can separate the administration from sports sector entirely? Because if there's anything to go by that I'm happy for is the appointment of Sheudiko.
Yeah.
Because he's a sport person on his own now.
Yes.
But enough of these administration guys, enough of these politics guys coming in the sports sector.
When we interviewed certain players at the just concluded novelty match, you could see the statements being made by those players. It would show that, man, it means they know what's going on the ground.
Yeah, they do now.
I remember Onazi saying things like, thank God that this person is here. And a lot of things are going to change, because before now, it was a mess.
They know now.
It was a mess. So when we look at this whole thing, we just thank God that Sheudiko has been brought into the picture and he loves the game. And to some extent, his hand seems clean. I won't lie to you. His hand seems clean, because I've been following him, I think, for a while during his days in the LMC. The improvement he brought today. So let's just get those positive sides. Then eventually it will be rubbing off on the game gradually. Because if we say we want to have an instant miracle, it will take time, brother. It will take time.
Thank you very much. Yes, you have heard it from Ugochukwu, my guest. He has said it all, alleged misappropriation of funds. Now, the regulatory body, the financial regulatory body, has come in to the picture to ask the NFF to submit their own books so that they can conduct their proper investigation. But we want it now, sooner than later. We understand that the EFCC takes time to investigate, but we just want justice to be done. If these people are guilty, let them be brought to justice. And that is all from us on this production. Don't forget, you can drop your comment concerning the subject matter. We see you guys.